A regular flight schedule could be put into place at Douglas Charles Airport by Friday, and concern over increased potential for flash flooding due to elevated riverbeds following Tropical Storm Erika. I am Edona to Baptiste with the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
At Quartz, it's the biggest mattress clearance event of the year. We're making room for all new models. So, for a limited time, purchase any mattress, base, or divan and get a second one half price. Everything must go. So, head down to Quartz now and take advantage of the biggest mattress clearance event of the year with nothing down and nothing to pay for 90 days. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Let's be conscious and beware. The climate is changing everywhere. Let's promote more healthy lands to withstand the change at hand. Grow and plant a tree. Let's restore the forest. Be a lot more conservative with our farming practices. Keep our environment more clean and green. Put an end to all the polluting. For it is our natural beauty we promoting. Let us build resilience against the hurricanes. Stronger homes in our communities, make a change. Let us be proactive. Rally, rethink, rally, respond, and the coastal pollution. Promote for water conservation. Whoa. Rally, rethink, rally, respond. Plant around the river banks to sustain the water on the land. Yeah, yeah.
Climate change is real. Our actions do matter. Rally, rethink, respond. A message from the OECS and USAID.
Ozone. Use ozone. 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 Never done till the dirt is gone. Ozone.
Cashwiz is the one-of-a-kind pawn shop in Dominica. We'll trade all your old and used appliances for cash, grant loans applicable to the value of your vehicle and other appliances. A community service-oriented organization actively involved in building communities and empowering the young while partnering with social groups for nation building. So come to Cashwiz Dominica on the corner of Stable Street and St. Johnson's Avenue, Pottersville, Roseau. Call us today at 440-5555. Check us out on Facebook or email dominica@cashwiz.com.
Babe, for the next 3 months, make sure you use your NBD credit card.
Okay, why?
Because you can get a chance to win a trip for the two of us to go to Martinique, Guadeloupe, or St. Lucia.
A trip for two? Cool. But we need spending money.
NBD will handle that. The trip plus $1,500 spending money.
Nice. So anybody can win?
New and existing personal credit card customers. So you see this long book list we have? And those new school shoes, uniforms, and things we have to buy? We'll use our NBD credit card.
Use your NBD credit card for purchases from now till September 30th and get a chance to win a trip for two to Guadeloupe, Martinique, or St. Lucia, plus $1,500 cash. Don't have an NBD credit card? Sign up today. Conditions apply. NBD, your partner, your bank. Your bank. Your bank.
A world leader in manufacturing for the cutting professional, Makita's very own diamond blades provide maximum efficiency for coring, cutting, and polishing all types of masonry.
Another good product put out again by Makita.
Longer life, durability, optimum performance. Makita diamond blades provide a powerful edge that lasts.
Nothing nicer than having a good blade.
Go beyond the ordinary. Go with Makita.
It's movies, entertainment, sports, news, travel, cuisine, and arts. Pink TV is here with over 80 great channels to choose from to satisfy your entertainment needs no matter what. Watch all your pay-per-view programs with ease. Tier services included Fox Soccer Plus, Speed TV, and tennis. Watch quality local programming like the Channel 5 News and Ion Sports, all from the comfort of your home in full digital and HD. The thrill, the scale, and the emotion. Marpin 2k4 Pink TV, bringing value home because life is better with Marpin.
Welcome back. First up, an estimated $37 million restoration project at the Douglas Charles Airport is well on its way to be completed. A Channel 5 news team returned there Wednesday to get an update. Here's that story.
13 days after Tropical Storm Erika has passed, thanks to friendly organizations, the Douglas Charles Airport is picking up the pieces. We have with us Mr. Benoit Badwell, who is going to tell us what is going on so far. Give us an update, Mr. Badwell.
Okay, in terms of an update, I can clearly say that we are beginning to make headway in terms of moving the process for receiving commercial flights. We have been given permission for the ATR 42 aircrafts or anything lower than in terms of the capacity. That would mean that Liat, ARTS or Winair would be able to come here with the aircrafts if they wish to. We have all the other smaller airlines, Air Sunshine, Seaborne, can come here if they wish to. What we have been told is that they are going through their logistical issues in terms of ensuring that the equipment on the ground that may or may not be damaged, they're doing that assessment. We ourselves are in fact working on the terminal at the moment because the runway is okay. We have secured an apron area, which is good enough for us to accept a number of aircrafts. As you can see, we have a couple of them on the apron. We are expecting Liat tomorrow morning. A team of persons that still come in along with ECHA to further evaluate what we have done. As you can see, we have been putting back fencing, some of the fencing which is critical for security. That is also going up. So a number of things are happening at the same time. We are very hopeful that Liat has indicated that once they start, they'll be doing 2 flights a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
This is the first private aircraft leaving the Douglas Charles Airport since the storm on August 27th. As Mr. Benoit Badwell said, more private aircrafts and small aircrafts can land on the Douglas Charles Airport. It is only a matter of time since larger aircrafts can come to the Douglas Charles Airport.
The DASPA CEO says right now they are concentrating on the car park and the airport's entrance and exit. He says they are now looking into the finer details of the airport to accommodate incoming and outgoing flights to include the customs, immigration and departure lounge.
Sooner than we expected, the Douglas Charles Airport will be operational as early as Thursday, and this place will be busy once again. I am Lurian Graham Carter reporting for Channel 5 News.
In other major developments, the police have identified a body retrieved out of the waters near the scene as that of Wolfgang Sevre of Coliho. French authorities fished the body out of the sea following Tropical Storm Erika. Earlier reports had indicated that there were a number of people missing since the storm who were not yet accounted for. Local police released a picture to reporters Wednesday, hoping that the tattoo on the deceased's hand could help positively identify the individual. And that's precisely what happened. Family members who saw the pic with the tattoo came forward later and identified the body. It's reported that he lived above the P.H. Williams Quarry at Coliho. He is believed to have been a security guard there.
Plans are underway to relocate residents of Petite-Savanne. Andrea Louis has that story.
The community was evacuated following the flooding and landslides triggered by Tropical Storm Erika on 27th August. Residents of Petite-Savanne are currently being housed at the Dominica Grammar School and the Grand Bay Youth Center, while some are staying with family members in Roseau and environs. On Tuesday afternoon, Prime Minister Skerritt met with a committee of Petite-Savanne residents to discuss the future of the displaced populace. Skerritt informed the nation of the resettlement process at a press briefing Tuesday night.
What we've done thus far is that we have identified a number of sites, potential sites for replacement, for resettlement. The Cabinet has appointed a committee chaired by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Lands to deal with such matters. The committee is now looking at an assessment of each of the sites, and safety has to be key. The present and future safety and vulnerability index of those sites must be given strong consideration.
Areas distant from Petite-Savanne are being considered for this project. Skerritt says the relocation of residents is a massive undertaking.
It's going to be a huge task because you have several families and several households that you have to cater for. You're talking about infrastructure one has to put in place. You're talking also about facilities such as community centers, playing facilities. You're talking about health centers. You're talking about potential police stations, depending on where you're locating the person, the residents. You also health center. I mentioned health center, school. You also have to talk about primary school for the students. So there are a number of matters which we have to consider.
Despite the resettlement of the people, access to Petit Savan will be made available for those who wish to visit.
People would like to go back there for nostalgic reasons and other considerations. So we will try to cause there to be some access, quite possibly from the Daly's end, the engineers are saying to us. But we'll have to put the Bailey Bridge in Boetica, and there's a collapsing of the road in Daly's and so on. So once we get those things organized, then we will move across to Petit Savan.
Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
In more news, plans are afoot to intervene in any instances of unfair distribution of relief supplies handled by the National Emergency Planning Organization, NEPO. Acting Disaster Preparedness Coordinator Don Corriette says NEPO is doing what it can to get relief supplies to every single household and individual that deserves it.
Well, first of all, we have to verify that what is being said is either true or not true. From where I stand, I know 95% of our efforts are reaching the deserving communities. There's talk that we may have to strengthen some of the relief supplies and the procedures and the management. But we are distributing to the mainly affected communities via helicopter, via trucks, via sea transportation, trying to get all the necessary commodities, items to the deserving persons on the ground.
Corriette would like people who know of any suspicious acts related to the distribution activity to inform the people responsible for the operation.
I don't want to hear generalizations. I want to know specifics, where it is happening, how it is happening. And don't be afraid to, if you don't want to call names over the air, you can call our office, 448-777, and give us specifics so we can do the necessary intervention. Our main purpose is to serve those who are in most want and who deserve the supplies. We don't want to give supplies to persons that are not deserving. But from where I speak and from the coordination that we're doing from the NEOC, I can safely say that 95%, if not 97% of our delivery service has been effective and reaching the right people. Mr. Greg Thomas, Claudine Roberts, and the welfare chairperson on the welfare subcommittee, Mr. Leroy Morvan, they are in charge of that segment of NEPO, making sure that everything goes all right.
He says there are also private arrangements which people could get the wrong idea about.
A lot of people are sending relief supplies to friends and family and individuals. That may be getting mixed up into the whole process, and therefore persons may see an individual carrying stuff at his home, but it was assigned to him from his family, from St. Martin, BVI, Guadeloupe, or wherever. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's coming from our system.
In related news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt has urged Dominicans to be transparent and honest in the distribution of goods to those who are in need. The Prime Minister was responding to claims that individuals have been siphoning off donated goods for their own profit.
Regrettably, there are unsubstantiated and perhaps even unwarranted reports of unfairness and even partisanship in the distribution of relief supplies. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please, I beg of you, do not let us degenerate the discussion to this level.
The UK Department for International Development, Japan International Cooperation Agency, USAID, and Guyana Private Sector Commission are among agencies which have contributed direct relief supplies to the country since the storm. Mr. Skerritt says he has been supported by his cabinet ministers and opposition parliamentarians in mapping how relief supplies are shared.
We have put in place a clear and transparent system for the receipt, processing, and distribution of relief supplies. No minister of government or parliamentary representative is or should be involved in the administration of this program. Each PALREP, and I mean each of the 21 elected PALREPs, has been given a direct line of access to the administration of the relief supply service.
A meeting was held on Tuesday morning with elected parliamentarians and public officers coordinating the relief supplies program to address this issue.
In an operation such as this, there could be clogs in the system. Our job as a people is to find these chinks and work them out. I cannot and will not be distracted at this time by a few radio talk show hosts or others incapable of raising the level of debate and discourse. If there are problems, I invite any disgruntled PALREP to speak up at our regular meetings and let us iron them out.
Coming up on the Channel 5 News, traffic diversions have become necessary because of damaged bridges, but not all drivers are paying heed. Stay with us for that and more.
Homework, research, school-based assessments. Visit the Muslim store today and give your child the tools that they need to succeed. Tablets as low as $399.99. Laptops starting at $16.95. Or get a complete package including a desktop computer with camera, speakers, table and chair. So don't let your child's education suffer. Come down to the Bayfront Roseau and check out these incredible prices. Only at the Muslim store. Locally born, locally grown.
Here's a cool way to make some quick cash with the Dominica National Lottery. Simply go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery, and like our page. Fill out a simple form and that's it. Every week, one lucky fan will win $250. Yep, 250 big ones just for liking our page. How cool is that? So what are you waiting for? Hurry to facebook.com/Dominica National Lottery and start winning. Draw takes place every Friday.
There's a place in Portsmouth that's mellow.
The products and services are just mellow.
Located on Harbour Lane in Portsmouth, next to the St. John's School, it's Milo's Bakery.
Milo's Bakery offers a wide variety of tasty pastries and breads for your satisfaction.
Baked fresh and soft.
So come to Milo's for your tasty pastries. Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Saturday and from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays.
Call 445-4044 today.
Create your sweet retreat with bed frames, bedroom furniture, and mattresses from Quartz. Shop today and get free gifts with the purchase of mattresses. Plus, enjoy huge savings on bedroom combos and mattresses, and pay absolutely nothing for 60 days when you shop with Quartz Ready Finance. You can support a charitable organization with your purchase. We will donate a percentage of each bedding sale to a worthy cause. So the ultimate retreat can be yours with the best in bedroom furniture and mattresses. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Cash now, then the National Cooperative Credit Union is the way to go. Get up to $8,000 right now with a Now for Now loan. Go to our website at nccudominica.com for details and apply for a Now for Now loan at any NCCU branch to get your cash right now.
Welcome to Holland. Welcome to the country of the world's most famous farmers. This is where your Dutch lady milk comes from. Taste our nature at its best. Dutch Lady. Discover the goodness of milk from Holland.
We are back again. Power Numbers, the maths program which makes mathematics easy to understand. Power Numbers starts on 14th September with very interesting brain teasers with chances to win gifts and prizes. Tune in 14th September, Power Numbers. We are back.
Thanks for staying with us. The possibility of flash flooding has increased due to elevated riverbeds. Andrea Louis has that story.
Following the passage of Tropical Storm Erika, several riverbeds were left at a higher level as a result of the floods experienced during the tropical storm. According to coordinator at the Office of Disaster Management, flash flooding could easily result from the raised riverbeds.
We need to take proactive action. We need to take all necessary action to safeguard, even if it's a tropical wave, because the soils are saturated, the slopes are unstable, and the river beds have been elevated, so it will not take much water to cause a flash flood of a magnitude that can affect our people living in low-lying areas and have become very, very vulnerable, or more vulnerable ever than before, given the passage of Tropical Storm Erika.
Dominica could be affected by 2 tropical waves this week with varying amounts of rainfall. Flooding occurs most commonly from heavy rainfall when natural water courses do not have the capacity to convey excess water. Flash flooding, however, is the rapid flooding of low-lying areas and is distinguished from a regular flood by a timescale of less than 6 hours. Under an inch of rain was anticipated Wednesday as activity associated with the tropical wave was expected to pass south of Dominica across the Windward Islands. On the other hand, more rainfall is expected with grace on Friday.
Based on the 8 a.m. model projection, we're expecting 2 to 3 inches. This can be less, this can be higher, especially higher in elevated areas. And like you know, Dominica is a very mountainous island. I think one minister said what makes us beautiful also makes us vulnerable. So we have to take this into consideration, the elevations, so we're expecting higher amounts in elevated areas.
Officers of the Netherlands Defense Force based in Curaçao have been doing their part to get Dominica back on its feet.
They've been diligent in providing support in recovery efforts following Tropical Storm Erika. Channel 5 News met some of them helping to clean up the Pichne Primary School, which was flooded during last week's storm.
We came here 2 days ago on let's see, it's now Tuesday. On a Sunday we came here in the morning, and we came to Bagatelle and Petite Savane to check the damage assessment. That's the first thing we did. We went with local people. They gave us a tour and they shown us dangerous places that may have happened here, and to tell the local people that some homes where they are still living that it's not safe because of maybe other landslides that will come in the future. So that's the first priority we did. Now after we have done that, now we have time to help by the school. So that's the Tuesday, so that's what we are doing now.
The team is accompanied by members of the Aruban military. The Dutch military is very familiar with Dominica's terrain through their training exercises. Don't be misled by this sign. There is a lot of work to be done, and this school will not be reopening anytime soon.
On the education scene, lecturers and students of the Dominica State College showed up in large numbers for the first 3 days of school, despite the circumstances in the aftermath of Storm Erika. DSC's management postponed the start of classes 4 days later than its scheduled opening due to the storm's impact. There was no decline in the number of students in and out of the office of the registrar, although there are complaints of students who have been displaced by the disaster.
And when we reflected, we realized it's increased because some of the students didn't have the internet access that they would normally have to do their transactions online, so they have to come to the office for assistance. It's not less, it's more than usual. And we think that is due to the decreased internet access for some students.
Due
to the impact of the storm, because, for example, where I live, I didn't have internet access at home until Friday. Students would have that same experience, which would not allow them to get to their classes. Because we are going green to some extent, a lot of our registration is done online. So if the students cannot access internet, then they cannot register on a timely basis. And sometimes the classes are there, but they want a certain time, so they have to come to our office for assistance.
Channel 5 News had gotten reports of some students criticizing the college's decision to start classes so soon after the storm. However, Edwards says they understand students' challenges, but she's advising them that the quicker they transition into a normal life, the earlier they will heal.
If we stay in our corners moaning, then it makes it more difficult. Even for the students who were directly impacted, and we think of our students from the Petite Savannah area, those from Colibri, if they remain in their family setting, when they want a shoulder to cry on, the person they have around them is the person who is also crying. When they come to school, there's a wide support system. There are lecturers, there's staff, and there's their colleagues who can really understand. They can speak the language that they speak, and we think that is part of the healing process. I cannot assume that because Erika passed, that everybody in Petite Savannah cannot come in. I need to hear from them. Say, oh, but you're not from Petite Savannah. No, I know you're from Colibri. No, let us know how it affected you personally. We also have the issue of our academic calendar. If we delay start of school by 2-3 weeks, then the year doesn't expand by 2-3 weeks, and the students will still expect to be off on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and to be back late in January.
College has been circulating an online form to ascertain the impact of the storm on its student population.
We as an institution, we have a human side to us apart from just academics. It allows us to know how can we assist them or direct them to where they can get assistance. So apart from the national relief efforts, we at the Dominica State College are assisting our students to get them more comfortable, to make learning easier for them. The form also assists us in knowing which students can help others, because some are affected but some can assist. And we have been getting feedback. Dr. Esprit is collating the results. So although we do it day by day run, we can give you the exact figures. And we talk of the students being impacted. Some of our lecturers were impacted as well. We have some staff members who lost their homes and everything. But they could put aside a few hours from their personal grief and loss and be there for the students.
Bridges suffered severe damage from Tropical Storm Erika. Those which were not completely washed away were seriously compromised. And to protect the public, the police has made some changes in the city, diverting traffic in the area of the EC Low Black Bridge, making it a one-way bridge. But they say some commuters continue to violate the traffic diversion signs. Police PRO ASP Claude Wick says the experts have designated the EC Low Black Bridge unsuitable for two-way traffic, and therefore the public must adhere to the diversion signs. Motorists entering the city are expected to turn left at the bridge and travel along the Riverside Apartments. Motorists leaving the city are required to travel to the base of Federation Drive and turn left into Stieber Street or easterly into Federation Drive.
So if the police were to give a #1 stop sign signal and the driver believes, oh well, it's the aftermath of Storm Erika and we can do what we want, indeed he will be charged, indeed he will be taken before the court. But with the signs there to assist in us, I think that speaks loudly, and that should assist us effectively in operating accordingly and following the signs. But I don't think we are looking forward. I mean, it's a matter of discretion, a deliberate discretion, and say, excuse me, sir, you ought not to do it. Now, everybody's not doing it, mark you. There are a few just sipping through the cracks, and that is just because maybe they've not seen a police officer at the particular end. And they take advantage. So there are people who will just defiantly disobey the law. I am saying, God forbid, when 2 or 3 vehicles were to go, and particularly if they are very heavy vehicles, and the engineers and the other people, the experts are saying that we should not pass on the bridge. It must be light traffic, very light traffic, and at particular times. And you pass. Should something grave happen, what is it that families would say. What is it that we're going to say? We're going to blame the police, we're going to blame X, we're going to blame Y.
That's news. Unstable weather conditions associated with a tropical wave expected near Dominica by Friday. Your weather report is up next.
The weather is brought to you by Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. A tropical wave affected the island today, resulting in occasional cloudy skies. However, most of the convection associated with this wave was observed across the islands to the south of the chain. Meanwhile, Tropical Depression Grace has degenerated into a tropical wave. However, residents in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks, you are asked to continue to exercise caution as instability associated with the remnants of Grace are expected in our area by early Friday. We'll now move on to today's radar imagery, which indicated some shower activity across the island during the early morning period. Showers and thunderstorm activity were observed across the islands to the south of the chain. Tonight's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a few scattered showers. And tomorrow, the weather is expected to become increasingly cloudy with scattered showers. Sea conditions tomorrow, moderate in open water with waves expected to pick up to 7 feet. And looking ahead, cloudy skies with showers and thunderstorm activity is expected on Friday. Lingering instability will produce a wet pattern from Saturday into Tuesday. And across the Lesser Antilles tomorrow, the tropical wave will continue to affect the islands to the south of the chain, resulting in thunderstorm activity and showers. Meanwhile, occasional cloudy skies and scattered showers is expected across the remainder of the islands. And on the international scene tomorrow, thunderstorm activity is possible in New York and Caracas, overcast skies in Miami, and sunny conditions in London and Beijing. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:53 a.m. and will set at 6:11 p.m. For further information, visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a good night.
Look, Mommy.
Perfect. When you've been here, you know what's important. Protect it with Sagicor. Wise financial thinking for life.
And Marpin 2k4 Limited wishes to inform subscribers on the East Coast that cable TV service has been restored in the following areas: Delis, Boetica, La Plaine, La Ronde, Rivière-Syrique, Montjean, Grand Fort, Castle Bruce, Kalinago Territory, Atkinson, Concord, and Marigot. Customers in the above-mentioned areas who are without service are asked to call Marpin's main office to report a fault. The company wishes to advise further that restoration of the internet service in Grand Fort and Marigot is ongoing. Marpin apologizes for any inconvenience caused and thanks you for your understanding. To end the news, the headlines again. A regular flight schedule could be put in place at Douglas Charles Airport by Friday, and concern over increased potential for flash flooding due to elevated riverbeds following Tropical Storm Erika. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Edona Baptiste. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.